Hey everybody, welcome back to Flashback Fridays. This week we're looking at a film made in the mid to late noughties, called Suckers, and it was a great movie where they took over a school and there was lots of fake blood, and it starred this man called John Doran, who you will see right beside me. Hi John.
Hello, how are you?
Maybe tee them up just with a little short intro as to what they can expect in this film. Then people will go and watch it, and afterwards you and I will have a quick chat about what was involved and all that sort of thing.
I think it was 2007 that we made Suckers. It was a National Film School feature film, so I think like members would have signed up to partake in the summer camp, and they would have designated all the crew things. And John Morton wrote the film over the course of a few months, and me and Chris Slack directed it. And then we made it over the course of the summer. Like, I think it was like a 5-week production.
Very cool.
A long time ago.
Yeah, so mini Hollywood in Kilkenny. Okay, folks, without further ado, here comes Suckers from Young Irish Filmmakers. So that was Suckers. An hour and 20 of amazing filmmaking over 5 weeks. I mean, it's hard to believe that back in those days you used to produce feature films. What was that like, you know? And what age were you when that was made?
Were you on the set? Were you on the crew of that?
I wasn't. I think to me it must have been 2006 or 2007. I think I was working. I'd sold my soul and was working in corporate video at the time. So I missed out on all the fun there.
Yeah. It was great. It was a brilliant summer. I remember like it was just a giant team of people who kind of ended up going on to, you know, really, I don't know, honing their talents from that point on or something. So it was like John Morton wrote it, and then me and Chris directed it. Lauren Murray was the DOP on it. Conor Marr was the other cameraman on it.
Wow.
Then like Lisa Heer and Tommy Dowling were the art directors. I'm just trying to remember. And then like the cast were like Leland Kaminska, Amy Hughes, Peter McGann, John Morton, Eddie Murphy. There was just a bunch of people on it, and Stephen Colfer and Andrea Bulger. So like just a bunch of people who kind of went on into their own respective fields from there, I guess. I mean, not that they definitely, but you can kind of somewhat see the threads from Suckers to where they are now. Not like as a credit to Suckers being, you know, for what they do, but you know, a lot of people stuck with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Since it was made, but it was an amazing summer. It was like a crazy amount of experience. I suppose it's just like any film college or film school. Like you get exposed to like loads of amazing equipment and, you know, production, and everyone has. You get to work with a first AD and an editor and score. My brother Jimmy Trigger did some of the music, and Jeremy Hickey from Rarely Seen Above Ground did some of the music. I remember. And like, so it's like film school. Like it was a really good trial by fire kind of thing. It was an amazing summer, like, so it was really cool.
And I think somebody actually produced a book of photographs from that shoot itself.
Yeah.
Is it Dermot O'Riordan?
I saw Dermot the other day. Yeah, I saw him yesterday.
Yeah. He produced a lovely book of photographs from that shoot itself, because it was quite involved in terms of like the amount of effort that you all went to.
Hugely collaborative. Like I remember, because me and Chris directed it together, and then John wrote it, and then there was like a few kind of cheeky rewrites during the shoot and things like that. And then but then like the art department were like obviously I remember a huge part, because it was just like so many different types of blood. And just the art department were kind of running the show, like, because the sets needed to be actual sets, like there was props with weapons and stuff, and you know, and so
so it was more like the blood and weapons department.
More or less. And teeth and fangs.
Teeth
it was so good. I just remember like my kind of memory of the whole thing was just like the amount of people constantly at it and doing it, like, so. And it was all Kilkenny-based people. And it felt like we'd gotten everyone from all the other films almost, in a lot of ways, that had been made before then. So, like, Derek Dooley, I remember, was, like, the principal, and he was in Steal Away, I think. Was it? He was in something, anyway. I think he was in Steal Away. He was. He was the dad in Steal Away. and just a bunch of randomers and everyone like so. And Peter McGann had been on Eliza Mayflower, and then I don't think he had been to Kilkenny for a few years until he came back for Suckers then. So, and then he made Vultures, and so everybody I think got a good go at trying what they maybe would have liked to end up doing. Like I personally was kind of on the fence between going to film school or going to acting college, and I went to acting college after. I liked making the film, but I
did that turn you off directing for life?
No, I still kind of miss it, which is silly because it was so many years ago. But like, I don't know, you just go one direction, I guess. I love theatre acting so much, so it's happy out with that.
Yeah.
I definitely would have not liked to have not learned more about acting. I definitely would have preferred to have studied acting than film.
Ah, right, okay. So I mean that's something that we should maybe think about. For future kind of stuff for young Irish filmmakers. I mean, I remember when so I suppose I should explain to the viewers. I know John since when? 2002? 2003? Were you involved in, say, are you around for the time of The Children?
It was 2003, so I would have joined by Steelaway, and I wouldn't have been around for The Boys or The Children or Under the Hawthorn Tree or anything like that.
Yeah, okay. So you joined
Scangers was your other film you had in production.
Yeah, I joined it in Young Irish Filmmakers in 2002, and so then shortly after that, I think after that summer you joined, and I seem to remember going into the hall in Young Irish Filmmakers on several occasions and seeing John and Jack O'Leary just bouncing off walls, left, right, and centre, going, "This guy's unbelievable." Just point the camera at them and they'll do the rest. No need for script.
Yeah. I mean, like we were also involved in the theatre side of things, and that's kind of where we really found, I think, the fun out of acting and stuff that we brought over to the, we could act in the sketches and whatever then, like the short films.
Yeah.
So
it was a kind of a magical space where if you had a group, the group was too large, Mike could then put on a play.
And like John Morton was such a gift as well, because he had this amazing ability. Like looking back at that age, it's crazy. But he had that amazing ability to write big 2-hour full casted plays, like big ensemble, mad plays like Robin Hood, Three Musketeers, not Around the World in 80 Days. That was Stephen and Philip. He built the kind of the framework for us to be able to act in these big ass plays where everybody could just be really express themselves. So it was crazy.
And John Morton has gone on. I suppose I should explain to people that he's gone on. He's got a program. He's become a professional scriptwriter and screenwriter and theatre maker as well.
Yeah.
He's got a show out now called Dead Still, which has gone on to, is it Acorn TV?
So it's on Acorn TV. I think that's a British or Canadian thing, but you'll be able to watch it in Ireland on RTE and RT Player and stuff. So, and I'd say it'd be better to watch it on RTE Player because of ratings and things like that and numbers. Of course. Yeah. But I don't even think it's available in Ireland until it's on RTE. So.
Exciting stuff. Well, that's great to see. And you've gone on. Tell us where you're at now. I mean, you've I met you way back in 2003 or whatever, and obviously I've seen you kind of go on to do other things, and I heard you went on to study theatre. So where did your studies take you, and then where have you come from since there?
Well, I've been working in Dublin theatre, or Irish theatre, I guess as well. I don't know, for 10 years, almost 10 years. And I just finished a play in the Abbey there with the Corn Exchange. It actually got the last 4 performances were cancelled because of the quarantine and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool in a way, because we're like, wow, it's so they're shutting down the National Theatre and because of this crazy thing. So
we still get paid.
Yes. Yes, we only had 3 days left. We're getting sacked. We're still getting sacked.
Okay. Hey. Right, okay. This is show business. You're getting sacked. You're not still getting paid.
No, but I it's not it's it's just what I like. Yeah, I've been working in theatre, for years here, based in Dublin and then back around the country. I've done some stuff in Kilkenny and all around and things like that. But I love to act in theatre. That's what I do. And then I do some voice work as well for maybe commercials. And I quite passionate about making theatre for children as well, theatre for young audiences. So they're kind of my three things that I like. And then, I like to play music and I like acting and all these funny, weird things. But I like to bring it all and put it in the theatre making place.
Space, yeah. Fantastic. So you do voice acting. So tell us a bit about that. What's that like? Because it's not something that people automatically think of as an actor. Oh, I want to be an actor. I want to be like famous on Hollywood or on stage. But they don't often.
Well, like
think
I mean,
of
as like the more mundane day to day, totally awesome. Like part of acting is like those kind of jobs, which are like, I'm with Voice Bank in Dublin, and they do a lot of commercials, so I just do the voices for a couple of commercials out there, or public safety announcements or some crap like that, and but there are jobs like it's nice to find there's real comfort in regular jobs while being an actor. It's kind of like actually a lovely feeling. You're like, oh, I'm so glad I get to do these normal things. It doesn't always have to be a big thing. So do that, and then other things I do, you can do this is really boring, but like you can do.
People will find this interesting. It's your normal day, but people will find it interesting.
Like you can do medical role play as well for doctors. So like
what?
Yeah. It's a whole thing. Like that loads of actors in Dublin anyway they're involved. You can do it for law as well. So like if you're training as a lawyer as part of an exam or a class, they'll hire actors to come in. They'll give them scenarios and they learn them off, and then the students have a go at trialing an interview or a GP visit or a pharmacy visit, so. And I do it. There's other actors we both know who do it as well, and so like that's another part of everyday acting jobs. Yeah, it's a mad job.
Have you ever been sent down, or that's it? You're going away for 6 months or 6 years.
I've never done the law ones, but I've done like really silly medical ones. Like they're silly because they're all based on real situations. Like I mean, I had one where like I was just a guy who couldn't figure out why I couldn't breathe through my nose. And it was just me going like, I don't know, like I can't, like there's nothing going in. And they're like, what do you do? And I'm like, I cut grass in the golf course. And they're like, how long have you been doing that? I'm like, 6 months. And they're like, and how long is your nose? And I'm like, 6 months. And then like the part of the task, your job is to not feed them information. They have to they're like detectives. They have to figure it out.
Yeah.
There's an examiner sitting there in silence marking them, and just that thing is like, so you don't know if they're like related, the 6 months grass cutting, the 6 months nose. And I'm like, so funny.
What do you think?
What do you mean by what? Yeah, but like, look, it's a very funny job, but it's very much a normal part of the real life part of so that's how exciting my life is, Gary. I do the odd play, make some kids theatre, do some medical role play, the odd voiceover.
And okay, that's just funny. It's like so many people. It sounds like such a mundane thing to do, but I'm sure it's actually quite interesting.
It's really interesting, like, because it's like it's, I don't know, this is kind of a tangent, but like I really believe that acting should be treated as a normal job as well, and it should be taken on board as just a work skill set, So like to be able to apply them to things like the exam system and. And also like theatre for children, which is also like kind of a service as well as an art form, and then facilitation is what I do, which is kind of a lot of the time like teaching certain acting things for whatever reason, team building or whatever. You're applying a skill set that's a real workplace thing to certain different things. So it's not just cool stuff.
You don't have to be famous. You can actually be, guess what, people? You can be a useful member of society too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, it's whatever you're having yourself. And I've definitely found, worth and happiness, and also creative fulfillment. If I could be doing cool plays all the time, and then making the old kids play or something, that'd be great for me. Like, so. But so that's and then like in terms of filmmaking, actually. I've worked a good bit with Fergal Costello, who's a YIFM alumni as well, wasn't he? He was, yes.
He was, yeah. He made viral, yeah.
Yeah, so I've made loads of stuff with him, and I talk to him all the time, and he's great, and he'd be good to get on here actually if you want to talk about like filmmaking.
Yeah, absolutely. We might get him on in a couple of weeks' time. And
He'd be
he'd be a
no, a better guest.
Stop now, John. You're the bestest we ever had. And in terms of like, where do you see kind of, obviously COVID has kind of put everything to bed for a little while and it's a bit dormant. So people like yourself, if people don't know, you actually do write as well, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, that's more kind of like long form pursuits more than anything. Like I have a play I've written that was kind of commissioned to be developed, and that's another part of acting and theatre making in Dublin, is that you do so much development on other people's plays that, like, you'd be working on, maybe over the course of the year you could do development on maybe 5 plays, and then one of them might get the funding at the end to be a thing a year after, so it's a very slow kind of, it's a life work, like, in terms of theatre being made. It takes years, and I'm just kind of in that mix, I guess. My plays gets the odd workshop and stuff, so it's definitely nothing to ring home about yet, but I also have writing and development.
Wow. And would you be ever tempted to work abroad? Are you happy living and working here in Ireland? Or?
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm very comfortable in Ireland, and I'm happy here, so, I'd be totally happy to work abroad, but I haven't really got the motivation to live outside Dublin, I don't think, to be honest. I'm very happy working here, and I really enjoy the community and the other people, so, like, yeah, that's kind of a boring answer, but, like, it's, would be happy out, but, like, love being in Dublin, and love working with the same people and stuff like that, like, so.
Yeah, no, and it's great to see, you kind of going ahead and finding a very comfortable life as a jobbing actor, I suppose, as you call it, and that being your day-to-day job, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'd like it to be, and it's, you keep at it and stuff, and but it is, like, slightly precarious in that sense, like, so, but, like, it is kind of like your life's work, like, so you kind of you're moving along with it, like. Yeah.
John, thanks a million for coming and talking with us today, or sitting down in your own bedroom and talking with us today. It's been kind of enlightening. It's lovely to kind of reconnect with people that I've met down through the years and see where they're at now. And cool. I know people watching this will be kind of interested. Oh, that guy was in that, and now he's gone on to do these things. So they see. Now
he went on to do medical role play acting.
Yeah, he's now playing doctors and nurses as a grown up.
yeah, right.
Okay, without further ado, and before I say anything I shouldn't, thank you very much, John Doran. This has been Flashback Friday with the man himself. Ciao, amigos, and see you all next Friday for Flashback Friday. Cheers, bye.